Alright guys, Mark Rodriguez here. We're going to keep it going. King of Fighters Destiny. We only got 2 more episodes left to go as we're getting closer and closer to the final battle against Rugal. So, right off the bat we got where we left off with the last episode where all the people that have been affected by the Dark Crystal's energy and all that stuff are now like knocked out, I guess, on the effect where Zombie just collapsed and everything. And this happened after Kyo and Goro destroyed the big statue with all the snake heads and stuff like that. So, right off the bat we start off with Terry and Joe watching over King and Yuri. They're both knocked out. And since all that stuff wore off, like all the weird Tetris-y red laser, grid and stuff of the walls, forming and reforming, all that shit goes away and clears out, and everything turns back into like normal rooms. It was like a big maze before, now everything's back to normal. And of all the walls that open up, we do see that Andy is there as well. They find Andy and he's holding on to Mai because Mai's also knocked out for the same reason. And then Kyo, Goro, and Benimaru show up and they're carrying Ryo and Robert, who are also knocked out for the same reason. So all the heroes, they gather together and stuff. Kyo asks what happened with Hyder, and Terry says he thinks he went to the bridge, so now they're going to go there. So Kyo wants to go by himself, and he leaves Goro and Benimaru to watch over everyone else, because everyone's pretty much, they're pretty banged up and stuff. But Terry Bogard, of course, being Terry Bogard, he still wants to come along, and Kyo asks if he's sure, because, yeah, he has a big cut in his nose, he's got all these bruises, he's got marks on him and stuff. I mean, King really fucked him up, you know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, Terry Bogard wants to go anyways, and they go, and Andy Bogard wishes some luck and everything, and off they go. So we see that Hyder and Ralph and Clark are trying to sneak into places, they're doing codes and stuff, but they get caught by all the soldiers, they got them all at gunpoint, so it's like, hands behind your head and stuff like that. And Machore's watching the ovary operation, and Rugal's still sitting in his chair, and Machore is, I guess, concerned why he's still there, he's not ready yet, whatever. Rugal gets up all menacingly and walks over to her, and Machore has to do like a respectful bow, and he grabs her by the face and says the only thing he cares about right now is he wants to know how to get the Orochi power directly into his veins and everything. So he leaves, and Machore gets everything ready, but of course, as you know, she also has a little sinister smile there because she has her own plans or her own things here and there. For people that, of course, play the later King of Fighter games, you find out more about Machore. So anyways, you go back to Hyder and them, and as they're told not to move, Hyder has a little hearing piece thing that when he activates it, it has like this real high-pitched sound that affects all the soldiers. So this is their shot. So Ralph, Clark, and Hyder take them all down, and they go to the next room, they throw a flash grenade, and while the soldiers are distracted there, they attack them as well. So of course they're going deeper and deeper into Rugal's hideout and stuff like that. So on the other side, with Rugal himself, Terry and Kyo finally show up, and you know how the little King of Fire invites always say R, so it's like, are you the guy they call R? And of course Rugal stands up all menacingly, and he looks all ready to fight and stuff. He's not wearing the full-on red coat anymore. He just has like that black sleeveless battle shirt he always has when it's time to fight. And you see all the different statues and stuff, and of course we all know what these statues really are. And Kyo and Terry don't quite get it just yet. They're like, man, you got like weird, got horrible taste in art, because some of the statues are posing in ways that the people look like they're in terror or in pain and stuff like that, but like statue form. And of course, we know now, the King of Fighter fans, the King of Fighters 94 and all that, we know that these are actual living fighters at one time that were defeated by Rugal, and they're coated in, I guess, some kind of molten metal or something to stay as statues forever. But at this point, the heroes don't know that yet. So it's time to fight, and the first thing Rugal does is throw a Reppuken, which of course Kayborn recognizes belonging to Geese Howard and stuff, and they're blocking it. And then Rugal does the Kaiser Wave, which is super awesome. Now this is kind of interesting here, because the Kaiser Wave is, of course, the special move of Wolfgang Krauser, but the thing is this anime or series, I don't know what you call it anime because it's all CGI, but anyways, this series is mostly based on Fatal Fury, the original Fatal Fury that deals with Geese Howard, Billy Khan, and all that kind of stuff. So at this point in time, Terry Bogard has not officially met Wolfgang Krauser yet, so it's kind of weird. We kind of lose that kind of thing, like, hey, that's Wolfgang Krauser's technique. We kind of lose that because in this continuity here, he hasn't met him yet. And actually, it's kind of weird to see like how they do it, that Terry Bogard got to meet the younger Rock Howard before he got to meet Wolfgang Krauser, assuming that down the line he will. So that's kind of strange. But yeah, so Kyo and Terry Bogard jump towards Rugal. But Rugal has his energy shield, which is the one he uses in the games that deflects fireballs and stuff, that they bounce them right back at you. So he blocks it with that shield, and then like the shield itself just sends him flying back with a concussive force, you know? So it's pretty intense. The fight is just barely getting started, and already Kyo and Terry looks like they're in trouble. And on top of that, I guess the actual crystal ball where the dark energy is coming from is still on some snake thing, and the snake statue swaddles it, and it kind of goes down the corridor, kind of like a vent passageway or like a giant pipe or something, because obviously it's not really a snake, it's like a statue, and it goes to where Mature is, and Mature gets it, and she puts it into like this, I guess, super specialized container or casing or whatever, and she closes the lid. That's where the episode kind of ends with the cliffhanger, as of course the big fight is still going underway. And one of the cool things is that with the scenes of the next episode, the fight continues. Rugal actually says, "I will finish you guys off with your own special moves," and we'll see how that goes. And it's kind of cool because I'm not sure if many people know this with the history of King of Fighters, and of course there's a lot of videos out there, lots of like SNK and King of Fighters, Halo Fury fans and all that discusses a lot of times. But originally, when they designed Rugal for the game, their plan was to have Rugal do, like, I don't know if it's literally every move in the game from all the other fighters, or at least what makes more sense to me is at least one technique from every fighter in the game. And that's a lot because there's a lot of fighters, you know, it's teams of 3, there's like 8 teams, there's a lot of people there, and they copy all those techniques and stuff like that. Of course, that would have taken a lot of time, a lot of extra animations. Rugal probably would have been the character with the most animations in the entire game, and that would have been like a you know, over 9,000 mega shock for a Neo Geo cartridge back in the day. Remember, these are all the Neo Geo cartridges. So, yeah, obviously due to time constraints and also like space constraints and you know, whatever, the game would have cost like who knows how much because to compensate for all that. Their way of doing it is to at least have them do to do Geese and Krauser's moves, so at least that kind of represents that he can copy moves from other fighters. So I'm assuming he, you know, encountered them off camera and within the game storyline and stuff like that. Of course, here it makes a bit more sense because here we actually see that Geese was working with Krauser, so we kind of get like where Krauser learned to move somewhere down the line. But with Krauser, we don't know yet. But the other thing is, one thing about this that's kind of cool here, if they do it, is that since this is like, you know, an animated movie, it's not the game with the time constraints and the limitations and whatever else. This is kind of cool because if he's in animated form, we can finally get to see Rugal do all these special moves. So it'd be awesome to see him try to do, I guess, Kyo's fire attacks, do the Terry's rising tackle or some shit, or the power geyser or something like that. That would be kind of cool. So I guess we'll find out in the next episode. But I do like that. That's a good attention to detail. That, like I said before, Rugal was originally supposed to do like everyone's special moves. They trimmed it down to just Geese and Krauser. So now to see him like be able to do like Kyo's moves and Terry's moves, that's gonna be fucking awesome. So like I said before, we only got 2 episodes left to go. It's super intense. We're gonna keep going full steam ahead until we get to the end of the series. And what can I say? I know it took me a while, guys. So I appreciate the patience. People still watching this. I know it's not the same because when I started this was when the series was actually new, and there was new episodes released every week. And back then they were available, I think, on Steam, which is kind of weird. They play movies, but yeah, you have to log into Steam and watch the movies, you know, watch the episodes every week or so. But now, of course, it's been so many years later. I'm not sure they're still available on Steam, to be honest, but I do know that, of course, I'm watching it now. They're on the SNK official YouTube channel. You can check out the playlist and watch all the episodes now if you want to check them out. So it's pretty cool. So anyways, guys, Margaret Julia signing off here. We'll see you next time, and we'll see what happens as Terry and Kyo take on Rugal.